been a while since I've been in front of the camera. Right guys, what is up? Welcome back to another YouTube video. So, it's been a minute since we had a YouTube video about me. Everything has been client focused, shows, photo shoots, meetups, all that kind of stuff. So, we're going to peel it back a little bit. We're going to bring a new, I suppose, avenue into YouTube, and we're going to go back into me, into my journey, what I'm doing, and what I'm aspiring to do as well. So, today is going to be a push day. We're going to break it down. I have a new training split. So my new split at the moment, it has gone push, pull, lower, which is just hamstrings, rest, upper, and then quads. So I'm hitting legs twice across the week, but everything has moved around. All my training has taken a bit of a shift. So I'm going to run you through my whole new split as a whole, session by session, YouTube to YouTube, starting off with day one, which is push day today. So the last 6 months have been fucking mental. Busiest 6 months of my life. The first 6 months of 2024, between straight into Dubai in January, then from Dubai to Austria, then I came home, show season started, there was photo shoots, there was meetups, there was shows, there was everything going on. So I put a big shift into clients and into client focused stuff and client focused content. But as I said, I'm going to peel it back now a little bit and bring it back into my own journey, my bodybuilding journey. And the goal still very much remains the same, just stage 2026. You know, I'm taking my time. There's no need to rush into anything next year. I know the stage isn't going to go anywhere, and I just need to pack on a good bit of size. So that is my game plan. Now, bit of a tidy up to come before that, but after I tidy up, which will be executed into a gainer phase. So yeah, please sit back, click like, subscribe, comment, all that YouTuber shit. We're going to get into a push workout today. I'm going to explain it all. I'm going to give you a good bit of education, good bit to take away from it, stuff that you can take into your own training. So yeah, let's get into it. Right guys, so here we are in the gym, FLF in for push day today. So as I mentioned, I have a new training split. So I'm going to run through every single day that training split for you guys on YouTube, starting off today with push day. So this is more of a chest focused push day. We are going to start off with some lateral raises I do for every push session, but main priority today is going to be chest. Right, so first movement today is going to be lying cable, cuff, lateral raise. With lateral raises, your delts can handle a fuckload of volume pretty much. You can be doing laterals pretty much all day, and there's not going to get too much carry across fatigue into your next session or into your next push session. So don't be afraid to run up a couple of sets of laterals, high volume, get a good few sets in across the whole session. As I mentioned, I will run 3 lateral raises across this whole session because again, my side delts can handle it, my medium delts can handle it, and if you want big delts, you want big shoulders, this is the movement to be doing, okay? Yes, overhead pressing is great, but you're going to get a lot of front delt work in your incline presses when it comes to your chest. So if you want big delts, big round cap delts, lateral raises for days. That's what you should be doing.
Diamonds are forever. She wants this to last forever. Still deciding if I let her while I'm writing her a letter. Every time they try and take me out, I seem to prevail. They want to leave me in jail. Still I find.
So what you see that I'm doing there is I'm coming all the way down, and I'm actually kind of coming across my body here with my hands, letting my hands come over each other, because that's the way my delt is going to run. It's going to come all the way across my body. You can see my delt here. I'm pretty much working it all the way in the length range here, where my wrist is here. So if I want to get full range through my delt, I'm starting here and I'm coming all the way up to there, okay? A lot of people will do their lateral raises and they start here and they finish here. I like to come, get my hands across each other, let my delt lengthen as long as I can and get the most range out of it. So fully lengthened, and then all the way to fully shortened range too. All right, so this isn't going to get much out of your laterals in comparison to fully coming across and all the way back up to the top again.
Now I'm looking at my life thinking it's crazy how I ball. I put 4 paintings on the wall and pay like 80 for the moon. They'll take a bullet in real life before they take me for a fool. Let this life get to my head, I have mistaken it for cool. Now I feel naked with no tools, like I feel naked with no jewels. Sometimes, man, I feel like I can't take it anymore. My heart's already broken, so nobody can break it anymore. I broke through the...
I'm doing 3 sets here to begin. So with my first set, it was more of a heavier set, 8 to 10 reps. Second set, I'm just aiming to hit like 10 to 15, so hit 12. And back off set is just going to be a high rep, 15 to 20. I'm not going to be massively ill over it. Like if I got into my first set and I hit 6 reps, grand, you know, I'm not looking to get exactly 8 to 10. If I got into my second set and, you know, I ended up getting 16 reps, again, cool. Like I'm not going to, you know, cry over that. I'm just going to try to hit 3 kind of rep ranges, 8 to 10, 10 to 15, 15 to 20. And if I go 1 rep over or below that, within that session or in that set, it isn't the end of the world.
I'm still breaking all these laws. You won't find a guy like me, cause they don't make them anymore. Just got another up, clapped up, we gave him his applause. You know how my shooters get when it started raining and it poured. I'm gonna keep grinding till there's nothing I ain't able to afford. I swear I feel like Andrew Tate, lock me up and slam the gate. Watching what I plan to say, only cause they plan to hate. 10 watches like I'm Tate, big foreigns like I'm
Right,
Tate.
so you see at the end of that set there as well, that was my last set of laterals. I did include some partials, okay, so that's pretty much just rinsing my delt, getting everything I can out of it. I've gone through the full range, I've got my delt fully shortened throughout the set. I have no more strength left to get it into that shortened range. So now where I am still strong is in my lengthened range. I'm just going to run through some partials and get the most out of the delt there. And I'll also do that in like my chest press, or not my chest press, sorry, my pec machine, okay, my chest fly. I'll also run some partials through there, okay? So when you are able to do so, and when it's going to be safe for you to do so, and you have the recovery capabilities to do so, don't be afraid to add some partials into your sets. My wrist has been giving me a bit of bother the last few days, so hopefully it doesn't shatter to pieces. Baby progression. So, as I was saying, my wrist is giving me a little bit of bother. Only the last 2 days, I don't know exactly what happened. I think I trained legs on Saturday. I think it was just from grabbing onto the leg extension and the leg press so hard that I kind of fucking strained it a little bit. But I was only thinking, I've never actually had an injury, like a proper injury that has took me away from training, ever. Like I've never broken a bone. Like I have pulled muscles and stuff, but that was when I was back playing sports. Never since I started taking the gym seriously or bodybuilding have I had an injury that's kept me away from it, so please God, never do. Touch wood. Well, that's a fucking, that was that. Cotton. Touch wood. Get something to listen to. This said I got 5 years and this said I got fat from home. Now the only thing fat's the bread that I
Say what I want like Tate, couldn't if I tried to hate. I swear I feel like Andrew Tate, lock me up and slam the gate. Watching what I plan to say, only cause they plan to hate. 10 watches like I'm Tate, big foreigns like I'm Tate. Say what I want like Tate, couldn't if I tried to hate. I'm going crazy on these beats, we're going crazy in the streets. You ain't making any peas, that's why she's lazy in the sheets. I get you laid up in the sheets, and couple pagans my receipts. Talking blazed up in deceits for what they pay me for a feat. Now it's like every 3 months my jaw.
Right, so 7 reps there on my top set. Incline split machine chest press. So I was actually doing 3 plates, but that was on a lower incline. So I brought the incline up a little bit. Obviously makes that a bit harder, that more heavier. But I want that big fucking top shelf across here. I want to be able to, you know, place a drink there and be able to hold it there all day. So that's why I brought the incline up here a good bit. So I have to peel back the weight a little bit, but the goal is to get back to 3 plates with this higher incline. Slow control down, dead stop pause, then drive back up. So yeah, on to back off set now before we go down, then do a flat press.
Me a piece. I used to buy my chains and get my chains all taken by police, but last time they try and take my chains and statements and receipts. Can't decipher what I'm making from these beats to what I make up in the streets. We make them sit down, we make them retreat while I'm sitting down in Mercedes picking out the suedes for the seats. So many of my niggas sitting down in cages for heats. I try and tell them slow down, it's like a race to defeat.
That was okay. It was up 2 reps. Right, so 2 sets of incline split machine chest press. Done, dusted. So that's my heavy hitter for the day. That's my big main compound. Obviously you want to progressively overload every movement, but that is the one that, you know, today is the movement I look forward to. So I'm actually having a decent enough run at this at the moment. Obviously I have every piece of equipment under the sun available to me in here, but I'm choosing this, which is something that all of you guys probably have as well, because it doesn't get much better than the incline split machine chest press, genuinely. Even the way it's built, the resistance profile, yeah, you can be fucking smart and fancy and use your prime pieces of equipment, which I do on my other day. But honestly, the split machine is one of my favourite movements, just to build your chest. So if you're not already doing it, get it into your plan. Third movement of the day, it is going to be our second press. So this is a flat prime machine. So this is just your regular, I suppose, well, not your regular, because I'm very lucky that I'd be able to use this type of equipment, but just your regular cable flat chest press machine. Now I do have the option of working it in different settings because it is a prime piece of equipment. So I'm going to go for the first set, I'm going to go more shortened range, which is again kind of speaking the same with the delta did earlier. You want to get into the short range first, and then you're stronger in your lengthened range. So we're going to go 1 in set and 4, which is going to work more shortened range, getting the chest short, fully contracted. Once that set is done, I'm going to go on to set in 5, which is going to work more my lengthened range, which is back here at the start of the movement, where I'm still a tiny bit stronger. So I am lucky to be able to have equipment like this in this gym, thank God, because yes, you can make great progress, of course, without it, but it does give you that extra little 1-2% here and there, obviously, when everything else is being ticked off as well alongside it. So, yeah, let's go on top set. I am actually stacking this now at the moment. It isn't the heaviest machine whatsoever, so I am pretty much running out of weight with it, so I am going to have to gym clean it pretty soon as well.
But when it comes to watch faces, I ain't racist, my G. White faces, chocolate faces, more mixed races than me. You want me on the stage, then you should know my face isn't cheap. And it's likely I came with the heat, just in case it was peak. I swear I feel like Andrew Tate. Lock me up and slam the gate. Watching what I plan to say, only cause they plan to hate. 10 watches like I'm Tate, big foreigns like I'm Tate. Say what I want like Tate, couldn't if I tried to hate. I swear I feel like Andrew Tate. Lock me up and slam the gate. Watching what I plan to say, only cause they plan to hate. 10 watches like I'm Tate.
Right, so one thing I want to chat to you quickly about is logbook and how to use the logbook beyond just your numbers, and also the importance of the logbook. So when it comes to logbooking, it doesn't have to be just about weight and reps. It can be a lot more in-depth, and it can really use it as a tool to help you with your training. So for me in my logbook, I'm not just writing down weight and reps, I'm writing down the setup of the machine, I'm writing down how many notches the seat is up, I'm writing down what setting I have the machine in, I'm writing down if I fucked up the rep, if I should have got that rep, I'm writing down if I got a half rep. I'm really getting the most out of my logbook. And also the importance of the logbook. People are like, do you logbook, do you not logbook? And I think, the logbook really took over there for a couple of years, where you had to write down absolutely fucking everything down to the last, half rep that you did. I personally tried not logbooking after prep, just for a while, just to see if the enjoyment was there, see if I enjoyed just going in and ripping the weights. And yes, I enjoyed it, but I definitely did not make as much progress as I do when I'm religiously logbooking. And if you do want to make progress, and you do want to make the most out of your training, use the logbook as a tool to allow you to do more week after week, whether it's a rep, whether it's load, whether it's making sure you get the same setup week to week. It will all make a big, big difference. And take it firsthand from someone who has logbooks for years, got great results off it, then spent a period of time away from logbooking and did not make the progress that I should have. And I know it's my own fault for doing that, but I did something that I tried post-prep just to see if I enjoyed the training element of it, and I did, but definitely didn't make as much progress as I did when I used the logbook. So if you want to make serious fucking progress and you're serious about your gains, use your logbook day in, day out. And just one more thing to add to that little rant about the logbook. Again, as I said, logbook your weights, log your reps, mainly, especially your heavy hitters. Now, if you don't log, your arm work or stuff like that isn't the end of the world. A lot of arm work, or even I suppose like anything coming towards the end of sessions, if you're doing like lateral raises or anything like that, but mainly arm work, it's more so just going to be about chasing the pump, getting a good pump. Whether you log that or not, it's kind of person dependent. But if you're going in and you're doing a bicep curl, it doesn't really matter if it's going to be a cable or a dumbbell, or how many reps you're doing week to week. If you're going in and you're chasing the pump and you're chasing pain, and when you're just getting as much blood in the muscle as possible, when it comes to only arm training, I'm not talking about a fucking deadlift or a squat or anything else, just arm training, logbooking isn't the end of the world. Just with that one exception to arm training, okay? Waiting for the song to get into it. The fucking Charlie Slot introducing him.
Say what I want like Tate, couldn't if I tried to hate.
Right, so second set and last set of the chest press here. I moved that from setting 4 to setting 5 as I said I would, but it was getting a bit heavier in that length room. But it was dropping off as I pushed out, and as I was getting weaker, it was getting lighter too. So just matching the resistance profile of the machine to the strength profile on my chest at this point in the session.
Only the Lord knows all my reasons why them niggas need to die. Tears need to leave my eyes, still I can't seem to cry. Still chasing money, yeah, I guarantee it. Went from sofa surfing to surfing yachts in the Caribbean. Got millions chilling in the bank while I'm still chilling with the gang.
Next movement today, which is another lateral raise. So as I said at the start of the session today, you can pretty much just like rinse the fuck out your lateral raises. Like you can, if you want big delts, just rinse the fuck out the lateral raises, alright? So we have lateral to start. Another lateral here, machine lateral. This is the Atlantis lateral raise. So when you are stepping into the machine like this, what you want to do is you want to get your shoulder joint, which is the joint that's being worked in this movement, in line with the pivot point here. So my shoulder joint is just slightly above it, small bit, just comes very tall. There would ideally be, you know, one little notch for this step to go down, but unfortunately it doesn't because it just doesn't. So what can you do?
All night, smoking, eating chicken with my hands. My young'un selling chickens, still living with his grand. Free my niggas in the can, swear it'll be different when you land. I got that Lizzie, if you need some, run it up off a clean run. Got hantings and machine guns, my press machine seen tons. So much dirt on my hands, no matter how much soap I use, it still wouldn't clean.
Right, so next movement today, and our last movement for actual direct chest work is going to be our machine pec deck. So we've done 4 sets of pressing, in total 2 sets on the incline Smith, 2 sets on the machine press. Now time for some chest flies. So the reason we're going to incorporate this here and now is because what we're going to do is we're going to be bringing that elbow and the arm across the body rather than pressing away. We're going to come across the body, which is actually the main function of the prec, is to bring the upper arm across your body. So that is where you're going to be stronger. This is going to be one of your stronger movements as a whole. You can have debate is up for grabs whether you want to have it at the start of a session or the end of a session. You want to have it at the start, get the muscle shortened, have it towards the back end where you're still strong so you can work in the length and the range. Honestly, doesn't really matter massively. I think if you have issues struggling with connecting with your chest, then good idea to have it towards the start of the session. Personally, my chest is one of my strongest body parts, so I don't really have any issues there. I do have it towards the back end of my session, all right? Yeah, 3 sets here on the machine pec deck, running through the settings up above in terms of the prime pieces of equipment, so getting the most as we can, you know, in terms of resistance profiles as well for you know, where we are at the point in the session. But again, not many of you guys have that option, so you don't need to worry about that, alright?
Probably wouldn't clean none. Girls and labels didn't care, now they're calling the same phone. Now I can make a call, get you corned on the main road. I call this my day flow, it's elegant. Got a brown girl with bread, I call her my Dage low. She's intelligent, 100,000 was a dream, now we're calling that a stage show.
If you want a big chest, listen up. When it comes to training, muscle responds to tension under load, okay? So it's not going to respond to how quickly you can move the weight from A to B or just slapping the weights together as hard as you can, just trying to get the set done. It responds to tension under load, so time under tension, okay? So you see in all my movements today, nice, slow, eccentric on the way down, controlling the weight. Dead stop pause, 1 if not 2 seconds, and then aggressively through the concentric, driving back up, hold for a split second, and back down. So there's none of the swinging weights around, just try to get the weight moved from A to B. Okay, we're not powerlifters. If you want to be a powerlifter, have a shift physique and be a powerlifter. But if you want to focus on bodybuilding, or you want to focus on physique development, or even just, you know, building muscle, time under tension is key. It's not about the weight you move, it's about the way you move it. All right, so write that one down. So on to our next movement, and we don't have to look any further than the machine we were already on, reverse pec deck. So very straightforward, simple. Everyone has to do a reverse pec deck. Just turn the pec deck machine into reverse and turn the pec deck machine into reverse. So we're driving away for our rear delts, all right? So 3 sets again here today. You can see on my main pressing movements, my heavier sets, so my split machine and my chest press, just 2 sets, but where I can handle 3 sets, such as anything lateral or rear delty or machine pec deck, bicep stuff, that'll even be 4 sets. You know, everyone really rinsed the low volume approach for quite some time, and obviously that works especially on big movements and if you've decent level of training intensity. But a lot of muscle groups such as arms and delts and kind of more so like isolation work, they can handle a bit more than 2 sets. They really can, especially if you have things in place to aid recovery, okay?
Name a nigga living how I'm living, I ain't better than. Had to take a break, now I got new stories I'm telling them. Like how Dave lost 63,000 on a bet with me, now I bet you that he won't never bet with Fred again. Pretty girl with me, she lets heaven send. But after all the stuff done, I'm trying to see if I can get in heaven as a +1. Cause Lord knows on earth, all my feelings and my love's done. It's like I only love mum.
So rear delts are one of those muscle groups that I think people probably, I suppose, don't train enough. Realistically, you're doing a lot of pushing in your movements, okay? And for as much pushing as you're doing and as much work as that front delt is getting, you probably should be replicating that into your rear delt, okay? So it doesn't have to be direct work either through, you know, cable reverse pec decks or cable rear delt flies. Even, you know, like your upper back pull downs or anything kind of upper backy, kind of drive the elbow away from the back like that, will hit a small bit of rear delts as well, okay? So definitely don't neglect your rear delts. There's nothing worse than when you see a physique and it's all heavy front loaded work, look great from the front, and they turn around and they look like a 12-year-old girl from the back. So, no, is that even acceptable to say? 12-year-old boy, is that even worse? You know what I'm trying to say. They look like they don't go to the gym from the back.
Princess, and I love guns. I love my niggas too, but I don't trust none. The same goes for hoes, so it's just fun. Counting up 100 cash, like look at what this stuff's done. Yeah, that tour life's risky, it ain't just fun. The second that the bus comes, fuck a PlayStation, I'm trying to see where we can stuff guns. All I wanted to make was 100k just once. Now I got that money in just dunks, and that's word to kick game.
So on to our next movement, okay? So only 3 movements left. Going to do a dip now before we get on to more isolation work, more arm work. So bicep work, tricep work, delta work, all that kind of stuff. Don't be afraid to run it up a little bit more than 2 sets. Over the last, I suppose, 6 months is definitely the biggest improvement I've ever made to my arms. Now my arms definitely aren't a strong point, but they're not as weak of a weak point as they used to be, okay? So they have come on a nice bit. My arms and my legs have probably made the most improvements over the last 6 months, so my limbs. But one of the reasons I believe that is first of all because, again, as I mentioned previously, I've been hammering them with volume. I've been assigning a lot more volume to my arms and my delts than previously before, and seen a nice return off that, and also consistently running a dip, because there's been times in the past where I put a dip in for a couple of weeks, I've taken it out, I've put it back in, I've taken it out. Now, I've never had a good dip machine available to me. It's always been free weight, body weight dips, and my shoulders kind of give me a bit of issue with that. So since we've got this dip in here, I've been running this for the last 6 months or so, this dip and the dip beside me, and definitely the biggest I've ever had my arms at the moment, okay? So on the road to croissant arms 2000 and hopefully 25. But if I haven't by 2026, I'll be happy.
Working on the whip game, was pulling up and beating whips to whip cane. Now the way the Lambo pulls off and whips could really make a chick claim. Neck pains and back pains, I got them same pains from all these mad chains. They say the sun don't feel so good if you ain't had rain, and they say the fun don't feel so good if you ain't had pain. Damn, I'm living in a game where they'll do anything to have fame. If you ask me, it's a damn shame, but you're part of my campaign, and ask for any favor, every answer's been...
Right, so into the last segment of the workout, if you want to call it that. We have bicep, tricep, so 4 sets, all right? So again, a couple bit of volume, just literally going to superset, bicep, tricep, 30-second break, bicep, tricep, bicep, tricep. I've been doing that a lot towards the back end of my sessions lately. It is in my program, supersetting my arms. It's actually usually a lateral raise, a tricep of a lateral raise, a bicep curl, and a tricep push down. Or to be honest, for my program, when I get it off my coach, it's not even that specific. It's kind of like delt, bicep, tricep, and let me have the freedom. And I think once you do get to a certain level of training, that you're obviously able to make them calls for yourself. There's not much of a difference of whether you want to run a fucking machine preacher curl or you want to run a bicep cable curl, D-handle curl. It's a curl. The bicep doesn't know. Do you know what I mean? What sort of curl it's doing. As long as you're doing it consistently, as long as you're progressively overloading, as long as you're chasing pain, then you're good. Okay. So when you do reach a certain level with your training, it's not more so about the movement specifically, it's more, or the machine specifically, it's more so about the movement as a whole. A curl is a curl, a squat is somewhat of a squat, whether it's a pendulum or a hack squat. You kind of get to that level where it's just nearly more important to rotate things in and around. All right, so we're gonna get stuck into this, starting off, as I said, with our preacher curl, then just gonna superset that with our prime extension tricep, alright?
They asked how I made it here, the answer is I had brain. Now it's first class flights and they asked if you want champagne. Before they ask a man's name, gotten used to this life, and gotten used to useless youths giving me useless advice on what to do with my life. I'm in this foreign car, used to just be trains on circle. The G-Wagon cost me 150, I named it Herbo. Off the lot of white, it weren't the same as Virgil, more like the same as Purcell. Yo, it's funny how it's never the truth. They hit the booth and go and change the virgin, like how them girls look good on the gram but not the same in person. But I'm rich on the gram and the same in person. Got curvy models down in Spain and the same in German. Told her I can't spend a night, I gotta stay determined. But I love to spend money, that's my bae for certain. Yeah, I still remember every night and day of working. Probably why I ain't got my bae of Birkin. Yeah, they judge me off my videos but don't know me, so let's make it certain. You can't be my bae if you've even done it.
Right, so if I have learned anything about arm training over the last 8 years that I'm training, is that it's definitely not about the weight you move, but the way you move it. So when it comes to growing a big set of arms, it's all about time and retention, okay? Applying stimulus to the muscle. It is not about swinging the weight back and forth as quickly as you can, swinging the weights up. Some of the biggest bodybuilders in the gym, some of the biggest guys you'll see, they'll come in and they'll curl a 12 kg dumbbell or a 16 kg dumbbell. They're not doing anything like 20 plus. Whenever I see someone coming in and picking up a 25, 30 kg dumbbell to do a curl, I can already tell that they probably don't have big arms, okay? So it is all about making the lightest weight feel as heavy as possible when it comes to growing a set of arms.
Twerking, niggas broke but chasing hoes, that shit makes me nervous. If I never made no peas, I would've stayed a virgin. Pussies keep going back, yeah they stay reversing. I leveled up about 6 times, it's my favorite version. My favorite person.
Done. Right guys, so that is going to be it for another YouTube video. Very good session here today. I'm actually really happy with how that went. Feeling good. We've about 8 weeks ahead of us in terms of a tidy up phase. We were supposed to do that previously, a couple of weeks back, but to be honest, life just took over. I had a couple of travel plans. I was away, I was traveling for shows, and we knew it was actually best to kind of hold body weight, recomp a little bit as we work in the time a bit leaner, but now my schedule's cleared up a little bit. Don't have much plans coming up now for the next 8 weeks or so heads locked in, going to get tidy up phase done now, and then put it back into a really good position to grow into the end of the year, into 2025, and then eyes are on 2026. So yeah, really happy how today went. As a whole, trains go well, really happy with the new training split, and it's just time to get stuck back into things now, as I did have a big shift. I have more shows towards the back end of the year with clients, another group photo shoot coming up. Actually, group photo shoot, there is a giveaway on my Instagram right now at the moment. So while you are watching this, head over to my Instagram, enter that giveaway, enter into the next group shoot. You could be a chance at winning that if you do want to join the team, if you do feel as though you'd be a good fit for it. If you do want to take a photo shoot off your list, this YouTube is more than likely going to go live on Thursday, and you have until the Monday to get your name in the hat for that, alright? So yeah, we are that, all is good. Please like, subscribe, comment, all that YouTuber shit. Coaching link is in the bio, and see you in the next one. Peace.